Sam Collins, rocking it. What is it? Matthew 17:20 I was focusing on today. It's a classic. So Jesus said to them, "Because of your unbelief, for assuredly I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." I think I've addressed this before, maybe in another thing where I just ran over and grabbed a mustard seed. Because, dude, mustard seeds are this big. They are super tiny. Basically, you have faith if you have faith like a mustard seed, just a paltry little, teeny little bit, you can literally move mountains. Now, I have a certain degree of faith. I have yet to be able to move a mountain, but I'm excited at the prospect. One of the other sort of curious things that I think my whole week sort of is, or more or less, is going to revolve around is the thing I was talking about yesterday. This whole concept of like faith is kind of a leap first, figure it out later sort of thing. It's an overriding of certain aspects of our common sense or our logic. For great reward though, and then I was comparing it to yesterday, and it just keeps popping up for me. We were doing a commedia exercise in improv where like you just had to switch emotions mid-scene, and it pretty much related to what you were doing, but it was a full-on like crank to 7. Go ahead and be that, and it was so much harder when I tried to like figure out the feeling and why am I okay, yeah, so and it would just take so long, you know. So you know, and instead of just being like sad, and then you figure out why you're sad, and it's funny like sometimes when I get promptings from God, I'll be like, really, is that how? Oh, and it really works so much easier if it's just like go, all right, go, do. All right, I'm gonna do it, and then figure it out, and just go and do it, and quickly, and do it hard, and do it full throttle, and then your blessings will come later, you know. And then the other interesting thing is that, like, I don't know, my faith has grown on two streams. It has grown to a certain degree, although it's almost less faith than just my confidence in the truth of what He's told me. My faith has grown through what God has done for me, like miraculously, and when He's come upon me in ways that are supernatural. Like again, what I've talked about before, about curing me of Kawasaki disease and Kawasaki, that's right, and ulcerative colitis later on in my life, and then. Not to mention just the countless ways in which He's buoyed my heart and been there miraculously for me in my reactions to things. And I've felt Him in prayer and all that sort of stuff. That kind of has buoyed my faith to a degree, but I think in a way it's actually buoyed more my confidence. And then my faith actually grows a lot of times when I'm lost and I don't feel Him near necessarily, and it's a time that I could very easily start relying on my own will, because I'm like, oh, well, God isn't involved with this, let me get all this done, and I may feel like I don't have much. There's been plenty of times like that, but my most recent one was probably like in the past 6 months or so. You know, just being unemployed, like nothing's kind of working, nothing was kind of happening afterwards. Some things were good, but just nothing was gelling, and I was trying to make certain things happen. They were just like stumbles and falls, and but I just knew he wasn't going to let me down, and I was still surrendering things to him, even though I didn't necessarily feel him close as he sometimes is. And through that, this has been one of the more rewarding periods of my life. And I've been trying to enact that sort of leap. Sometimes you can leap and then look. You know? Anyway, so this is already a little too long. Because I'm a little foggy this morning. The question, though, is tell me about times of faith in your life, regardless of what you had faith in. But just tell me about times maybe that you leaped before you looked. And whether that turned out smashingly in the sort of British sense, British colloquial sense, or smashingly in the you had to go to the doctor to repair your broken bones sense. So yeah, leap before you look. What happened? What was it? Tell me everything. Okay.